look at that. That's what they did. Oh. The sound traveling through the pipes is exactly what they wanted. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Oh, jeez. The orbs, like, I don't know if they're holding the memory or what, but it's really messing me up here. I don't know if I can handle anymore.
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good. You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Was he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man. It was an accident.
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault. Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
I have a feeling none of these guys did anything wrong at all.
No, please. Do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything. I'm innocent.
The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Okay, that's 3 torture chambers. There's gotta be 3 more. Maybe they're upstairs. Who's this? Oh, I bet you that's Alexander. Oh, he's old. These are religious. This is not a torture chamber. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victim before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem. But it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain the victim, while the victim, or to restrain while the victim is still dazed. Proceed by presenting the form of torture you're about to apply and then continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also, apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again. So they had something that would make you forget, which is what I drank, apparently of my own free will, before I wrote myself a letter. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I've become, I am not blind. I'm a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There's little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time, it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Taking this to ward off any potential evils. Now, I only found 3 pieces of this orb, but maybe that door will become unlocked. Something died inside of him that day. Watching that man slip away was more than his mind was willing to handle. No.
How are things coming? You seem to have found all the orb pieces used in the transit. Go to the choir and find the rest.
Okay, Agrippa. So there's gonna be 3 more torture rooms over here, I guess. Court, the Order of the Black Eagle spewed their politics at each other while I sat quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I'm the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away, but I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. So maybe he has figured out how to sustain life by eliciting terror out of people and somehow taking their life force. Agrippa channels Weyer. Weyer taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such lack of compassion in a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa as he is, and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Weyer claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he could guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I've seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Weyer told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer, vitae and tempter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session. Tamter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Kernic. I will have to address Weyer with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. Okay. We're gonna have to create this for Agrippa, I think. Now, he wanted me to talk to him if I found out anything about Weyer, and we just found out a little bit, so I might go back to him really quick.
Ah, you again. Incredible. You found Vile's recipe. Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate then. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic Vile describes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Okay, we can do that. Wants a specific tonic, and we know the ingredients, except for the one that's like otherworldly, and I don't know how to get that. Fear had begun to drown him again. He reached once more for the empty bottle of laudanum. In frustration, he smashed it against the bedpost. Well, this is well lit. We're gonna need to get a lot of blood, it said.
"15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions.
Whoa.
Hurry. No time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer.
No.
Hurry.
I don't want to. I don't want to do it.
Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Paint the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
Oh no.
Please, I didn't do anything. Paint the man, cut the lines, paint the man, cut the lines.